This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is entitled Mohole. It was written by Sandy Petersen, and it's from Petersen's Abominations. Our keeper of arcane lore is Keith Craig, and this is a one-shot. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Keith?
Thank you, Thom. Clean, sustainable energy, the dream of civilization. As our world has become more technologically advanced, our need for more energy has continued to grow. This continued energy use has led to the inevitable increase in the average temperature of the globe. If an energy source could be found that was clean and sustainable, then the problem of technological advancement causing environmental degradation could be solved. Dr. Royett believes he has found this energy beneath the Earth's crust in the Mohole layer. Prime Minister Sunak has signed off on the development of this project and on a way to extract this gas. But inevitably, with all government projects, they are subject to oversight and inspection. And that is where our investigators come in. They have been assigned to an inspection team of the project, and they find themselves on October 1st, 2023, on a helicopter flying out to the former oil rig in the North Sea to inspect the government project. So you're flying out there, the helicopter pilot, he Boris the bird cook, he's goes, yeah, just getting out here, hopefully you can get some good satellite communication. You're too far out from the cell phone tower, so your cell phones won't work and all. Just don't hang out on the top of the rig too often. The storms come through and they get quite cold and breezy and all. So, would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. This device seems inadequate to the rotor noise.
Yeah, they're quite noisy, but unfortunately they are required.
Yeah, I can't seem to get any signal whatever on my telephone.
Yeah. You won't be out here. They have satellite phones out on the Devil's Rig.
Satellite phones, the giant shoebox sort of things, right? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Miserable. As the government representative visiting this installation, I expect everything to be in tip-top shape and trust all these boffins here to make everything clear to me. You understand how all this works, don't you, Swan?
Yes, sir. Victoria Swan. My job here is to inspect it, determine if it's safe and likely to succeed.
I'll be damned if I can hear through these things. I thought Swan was the nuclear fellow. I thought you were the technical sort.
It's very hard to hear.
God, I am the nuclear fellow, and I'm the one who's managing to make the reactor not go critical all the time. I mean, this damn thing's so large it needs a reactor to power it, or else we'd all be without power. It would be a disaster.
So the thing makes power, but it needs a nuclear reactor to make the power. So why don't we just have the nuclear reactor then, eh?
That is my thoughts exactly. It seems like we have the perfect solution in nuclear. I don't understand this biofuel mumbo jumbo personally, but
I think the idea might have to do with the boring into the into the Earth's crust and using the heat from that to drive things, an endless supply of energy. Well, at least until the world dies. Terry Douglas, oceanographer.
Well, I think this Greg gas has great potential. If this is seemingly unending supply, we don't need nuclear.
So we don't need nuclear to make the gas come out of the ground forever that
Right.
requires nuclear. Eventually, I suppose it will get some sort of feedback loop, and the gas can replace. Is that what
We need the nuclear power to run the drill.
Right. And once that's done, once we've reached the a sufficient depth, then I suspect we will no longer need that nuclear power.
Right. Righto. Got it.
And Boris comes across. He keys his mic again. He's like going, if you look over to your right there, you'll see the rig is coming in. It looks pretty bare bones. This is a refurbished old North Sea oil rig that they've strapped on a nuclear reactor onto, so they can drill much deeper than it was ever intended to. But it does have an accommodations building, a large 6-story one, and you can see he's coming into the helipad, and you do see there is a team out there to greet you as he sets it down gently. You can tell he's quite the experienced pilot. Just a little bit of a jostle as he kind of puts it down, and he slows down the rotors, and he goes, all right, all this is where you get off. I'm gonna head on back to the mainland. I'll be back in a couple days for you.
Get me off this thing.
What if we were to need to depart before your intended return?
You can call me on the satellite phone. I'll be out here in a few hours.
My phone doesn't work. We've discussed this.
Yeah, yes. There's a satellite phone. They also have an HF radio, so that'll work even if you can't connect to the satellite.
HF. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start unloading our stuff.
All right. When you start doing that, you see the team that's out to greet you. One is a lady. She's wearing like a kind of a slicker because it is the sea mist and everything coming up. She comes out. She sticks out her hand. She's like, "Hello, I'm Angie Yusuf. We've got some people here." She's leans over. Lewis, Bill, can you grab their luggage? Yes, ma'am. She goes, well, we're very happy to have you here. She's like going, come on, let's get inside. The rains can come. We've got a coffee and tea bar set up, and I'll take you to go meet Piers, Mr. Goldman, of course, the project manager.
Excellent.
Is it always this windy?
It is. It is always very windy out here, and all. Sorry about that. When the rains start coming, that's when it really gets a little miserable. But don't worry, it's nice and warm inside.
Coffee sounds wonderful.
Well, come along.
Thank God we got off of that machine.
You see the helicopter pull up and lift away, and it immediately turns to the west, headed back to the Scotland.
Put me on a trawler out on the ocean, going up and down in the highest waves, and I'm fine. But that Airbus helicopter.
Well,
Now I know what uranium feels like in a centrifuge.
She kind of chuckles at that. She's like, "Oh no." He's like, "Oh well, we've got a centrifuge here too. So happy to have you. Come on in." You open the door, and as you go in, the building for the accommodations, it is, it's kept a little bit warmer than outside, but to save on energy, they have it probably set to about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and the hallways are rather narrow, so you can maybe go one there, two abreast is going to be a pretty tight squeeze to go down the halls.
It seems like such a sorry, not Mohole. It seems like such a large structure to be so submarine-y inside. Oh, no.
Well, this was built back in the late 50s, early 60s, and
Great.
What's your crew size?
We have 50 people.
So,
Wow.
Things are going to be a little tight here.
Oh yeah, but we have a space, private living spaces for you. They are not en suite. They are a shared bathroom and showers and everything, but you do have your own bedroom and all that you can sleep in. And of course, we have an office reserved just for you.
Sort of boardroom situation, I suppose.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. And I suppose we don't really have meaningful connectivity if our telephones don't work. Is that so? Or does the HF take care of that? You have some sort of HF Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's not a Wi-Fi, and HF will just allow us to make radio calls, but we do have a satellite phone if you need to make a call. The crew here, they're allowed one 15-minute call a week to call their family and all, but of course you can make any phone calls necessary for the visit.
Right.
So,
we're all very rugged, isn't it? Quite a weekend holiday.
I'm sorry. Is it Mr. Williams or is it Lord Williams or?
Oh, this is
MP.
Oh yeah,
Just
the
MP Williams.
It's our resident MP.
Honorable. Okay.
All right. We're all out in the wild together. You can just call me Williams. It's as if we were old schoolmates, right? What is it then? You're the hippie, yes?
The hippie?
Well, oceans, whales, kelp, whatever, all that.
Ross, I think the hippies are flower children. I'm more like a fish man. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I hadn't spotted the gills.
No, we studied the entire ocean from the top to the bottom, the chemistry, the geography underneath, and
great
everything.
Giant squid, haven't they? Humongous things.
You're talking about Arcturus, yeah, big things.
And
I'll
so
tell you an anecdote. The largest squid that's ever been found had suckers on it 4 inches across. But we've found sperm whales that had sucker marks on them that were 18 inches across. So somewhere out there is a 300-foot long squid.
I hope nowhere near this little tower in the sea.
We are getting a tour, right?
William.
They stay down in the dark.
This is squid talk is fascinating, but let's see the science here.
Agreed.
So she takes you come to a stairwell, you go down one level, and then she comes out. She's like going, this is our, the second level here. This is where our office is and all. Third level down, that's going to be more of where our medical facility is. And of course, where the restaurant, the gym, and on. Then floors 4, 5, and 6, those are all living areas.
In a permit block.
Oh, well, you got 50 people. You don't want to have to cram in all together. People, no matter how much people get along, you keep them tight together. Tempers can flare, and when you can't get away from each other, that gets a little rough.
What's the
Is this
stint? How
all-
long are you out here before you get to go home?
We usually do a 3-month rotation, but as you know, you guys, as you know, we all had to sign NDAs, and so you have to have a security clearance to be out here. So now we believe we're going to be more on a 6-month rotation out here. But
I'm sorry, you're saying this entire structure turns sometimes?
just the personnel, not the structure.
Of course, yes. Sorry. Yes. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Rotation.
We rotate out part of the team, on about every 3 months, that way, you have a little bit of overlap and everything. That way we don't have a bunch of newbies showing up and then having to run it for a while till they get it figured out. Everything is run according to all government regulations and safety.
Yeah, how volatile
We'll be
is this
making
gas?
sure of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Yeah, and we're more than happy to have you here.
Yeah, tell me, what is the
Yes.
reason for the extended rotations?
Oh, the extended rotations is because the cost to get people their security clearance to be out here because of the nuclear reactor. The government has deemed that needs to stay classified. It's a little bit harder to find. You understand, blue collar workers, they don't always find it the easiest way to pass a security clearance. They tend to like to drink and talk.
I believe Anderson was asking a pertinent question about how dangerous this gas is.
Oh, well, that'll be a perfect question to ask Dr. Roylett. He'll be the second person I'll take you to meet. First, I want to take you to meet Mr. Goldman. He's our project lead. And then right next door in the office is Dr. Roylott. He's the one that has discovered the gas and is the scientist behind it all. Goes in and she opens up a office door and you see a skinny man, probably in his about mid-50s. He stands up. He goes, I'm Mr. Goldman. It's wonderful to meet you. Come in. I have some tea and a coffee ready for you.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Sandwiches or pastries of some sort. It was an awfully blustery journey.
I could call up for some if you'd like.
Oh no, we're all being very rugged. All right.
Yeah. The dinner service usually starts about 1800.
I thought there were only a few hundred people aboard.
6 p.m., William. 6 p.m.
Right.
Did we get briefings on this? Do we have, folders, telling us about all this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very in general that essentially Dr. Roylett believes that there is a clean gas that has never been tapped into before underneath the Earth's crust, and that they want to be the first one. Yeah,
and this is different than like a propane or some kind of, some other type of gas. Those
would be good questions for him.
Right.
You and I, John, will have to take a good look at that because we both have chemistry.
Right. All right. I didn't know how much we knew going in, but all right, let's.
So you're the logistics man, is that correct?
I don't know if you call me logistics. Someone has to be the project lead, and that's me. I was the one picked for it. I'm the government representative here. Yeah. Yes.
Background in the civil service exam, all that such. Yes.
Oh yes.
Probably
yes.
worked on municipal water things and the like before?
I worked in many offices, helping make sure the personnel got paid and slowly work my way up civil service. Yes, yes.
Right.
Did
So you
they-
don't know, please.
Did they make you take an exam before you became an MP, Mr. Williams?
The examination is the will of the people, my good man.
Oof. Ever discerning the will of the people.
Extremely popular in my district, I'll have you know. Boffins. So, you're a clever lad. When we landed, there was a big tower thingy with fire coming out. Is that leftover gas, or is that the kitchen, or is that the nuclear?
Oh, you talking the where they burn off the excess gas? You'd have to talk to our team leads on that. I'm not a scientist, you understand. I manage the personnel.
Flares are a normal part of a process, Mr. Williams. Just to be expected.
Do you have
we sort of put a
basics?
balloon around that or something and capture it and sell it? Seems wasteful. Just burning it off.
I'm sure we can.
You're
use
burning
pee out
away
there.
your waste.
So-
You're burning away the waste products. You don't need it.
Yeah, but it's basically ocean farts.
Mhm.
Oh.
That's a wonderful way to put it. Yes. Ocean farts.
Some maybe you have at least a couple of little technical things. How far above the seafloor are we?
You'd have to talk to the drill
Okay.
team. They're the experts
Yeah.
on that.
I'm assuming that we're in a
I
spot where
just-
the ocean crust is fairly thin.
I'd imagine they would know. They would know, of course. I just handle personnel.
With that in mind, how long have these people been when they rotating out?
We have another 3 weeks before we have half our crew rotate out.
Okay, so
Yes.
many of them have been here for quite some time.
Oh yes. Many of them have.
I'm
been
sure
off.
they're ready to get back to the mainland.
Oh, they all love their jobs and everything, but
Sure they do.
betterment of society and all.
Are we waiting for something in particular, or
Oh,
Are we gonna meet,
I thought you'd like to meet. Oh, would you like to go meet the doctor, Dr. Roylett?
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
Oh, okay. He's like,
I mean,
well,
let Williams finish his sandwich.
oh, well, yeah, I didn't call it up. He said he was being rustic. I'm sorry. Would
Well,
you like
just-
me to
I'll
pull
just-
one up there, sir?
Just top off this tea and we can head
Oh,
right out
he's-
so that these scientists can discuss their science. Yeah.
Of course.
He's overly polite.
Mhm.
Yes, wonderful. He kind of he goes, Miss Yusuf, can you show them to Dr. Roylett? Like of course, Pierce. She kind of rolls her eyes. And she goes, well, just across the hallway is Dr. Roylett's office. And she knocks, and you hear a gruff, "Yes, I'm busy." She goes, well, doctor, the inspection team's here. Remember, I told you that they were going to be coming out. It's standard procedures for a government operation. Oh, yes. Well, have them come in and make it quick, please. But when you come in, you see the doctor sitting there. He's sitting at his computer. He's kind of got his white hair is kind of sticking up, and he's got very thick glasses. And he's typing away, and he's like going, so you're the ones here to make sure that we're doing everything properly as we try and save mankind, I see.
Yeah, indeed.
Well,
I'm Terry Douglas.
oh, good. He just keeps typing away.
So what makes this natural gas so much special than all the others?
Oh, this is natural gas, the Royet gas, named after me, of course, because I was the discoverer of it. It is it regenerates itself so much quicker, and we found that with the burning of it, it has no byproduct at all.
What the hell does that mean? Every chemical
How
reaction
does
has
it-
a
That
byproduct.
seems
Right.
impossible.
And how does it regenerate itself?
Oh, well, that's one of the things we hope to find out as we tap into it. But what I imagine is there's probably some reactions down in the mantle that produces the gas.
Yeah.
And the mantle is, of course, a large, inexhaustible, hopefully I don't have to explain earth science to you.
Well,
I don't think it's inexhaustible, but if it regenerates itself, how exactly did you discover this?
Oh, well, it's through some very complex topology mathematics, and of course, my many advanced degrees and things. Oh, just a second.
I think all of
I
us
think
here
we
have
have
many
those degrees
advanced
too,
degrees,
yeah.
but
Yes, I think the
I
group
don't-
of us can put our heads together to sort it out.
Oh, well, he goes into this long discussion that you can give me a science chemistry roll.
yeah, I want to know if it's just a bunch of nonsense that he's
Yeah.
trying
Right.
to himself out this.
Ooh, I got extreme.
Oh, that's a 37.
7.
Yeah.
Actually, what he said, I'm obviously not a scientist in real life, and what he's saying is actually does make sense and all, but it would kind of like, it is a very groundbreaking theory, but when he kind of explains it, you're like, okay, yeah, I could actually see that could be possible.
Yeah, if the math is correct and
Mm-hmm.
but
Of course, the math is correct.
we think that it's inexhaustible. Does this occur everywhere in the Mohole layer under the mantle, or just here?
Well, I mean, according to my calculations, it should occur everywhere, but we were just is very fortuitous that return. It was very fortuitous that we had a drilling rig already set up in an area where we could get through the crust much quicker. We've got to beat those what do they call it, the Russians or whatever, their insatiable attitude. I heard they've
And
invaded a country recently or something. I don't know.
what changes have you made to your process to account for this?
Changes to my process? What do you mean by
Yes,
that?
like the work that you're doing here, the systems that you're using, the process that creates all of this material. I'm assuming you've made changes.
Oh yeah, so we've once we've tapped in, we've actually had our first collection of the gas 2 days ago, and we found that we run it through a filter, and which we did not anticipate, but once it passes through the filter, it matches up with all my calculations.
Pardon me doubting you, Mr. Roylett, but
Doctor.
of course, Dr. Roylett. But what exactly would the point of digging all the way through the Earth's crust, which is rather thick, if I remember correctly, to get to the mantle be, when we have all other sorts of sustainable energy, such as nuclear or even solar or wind or geothermal? I feel like those seem so much more accessible than this gas deep underground.
Ah, yes. The nuclear power that is so accessible, but makes our water radiated and unusable, and then we have to store the waste products and bury them in some place for what is the half-life of U-235? I think that's
It's quite a
2
while.
million years.
quite a while. Yeah.
No, we're not debating whether or not this
Mhm.
is a fantastic find.
Mhm.
It just strikes me as I just need to know more about this and
Yeah.
what depth your discoveries are
Yeah,
at. And
How far are we above the seafloor from here?
Oh, above the seafloor, we are going down a few miles.
Wow.
Don't call me on that.
Yeah. And then, yeah, how thick is the crust after that? If it's thin, 10 miles thick? I mean,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
seems like you'd do
we
better drilling at, Yellowstone.
no,
It's
but
really thin.
we don't control Yellowstone. It's controlled by the Americans.
Hmm.
Dr. Roylott,
Yes.
Williams, MP, Oxfordshire. You'll
Mhm.
probably have seen me. This rig is on a place called Devil's Hole.
Yes.
That sounds rather eerie, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Is your magical gas somehow related to the preposterous, superstitious name that this place? Why would anyone even have a name for this dreadful spot in the middle of the sea?
Oh, I don't know where the name Devil's Hole came from, but there's lots of places that have the name devils in them, and all. I think it's kind of a it adds a certain quirkiness to it, if you don't mind me saying.
I don't mind at all. So you mathematically worked out that there was this layer of infinitely renewable and utterly safe energy, but you
Yes.
didn't realize you'd have to filter it, is what you're telling us. You've had to add a filtration system of some kind.
A very simple filtration system.
What are you filtering out exactly? Sorry.
Just a little impurity that the workers found. It's a little purple viscous fluid.
And your workers have been. I'm sorry, Williams. I apologize.
It should be mathematically. You didn't expect it to be some purpley ooze. What is it?
It was in the degrees of freedom of my formula that there could be a slight imperfection in it, but didn't when they set off the bomb, weren't they worried that they were going to ignite the atmosphere, and yet they still pressed on with it? All advancements have risks and some setbacks, but we're ahead of schedule, and we've tapped into an energy thing that's going to put the United Kingdom back on the map for the leading of energy producing countries and stuff like that.
Part of our job here is to make sure that you're making the correct risk trades, Mr. Goldman.
Along that line, do you have a demonstration set up for us?
A demonstration of what? Of our drilling? It's running right now. You
no,
can go see it.
Demonstration that the gas does what you claim that it does.
Oh yeah, yes. We can burn the gas for you if you would like to see that. Mm-hmm.
I'm also curious about this byproduct, this purple ooze. Are you burning that then?
Oh no, we pump
dumping it back into the ocean.
We pump it back down into the Mohole layer.
You're pumping it back down, so it's going to get mixed in. So does that seem like
that seems like an awful waste of energy? Yeah,
right. It won't burn off. Have you?
We have not tried burning it off. No.
I wouldn't mind seeing some of this.
Oh well,
news as well.
Well, you're more than welcome to go check it out.
I guess he's not giving us the tour, so
no, that's what she is for. And he kind of waves his hand at Miss Yusuf. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You are perfectly aware, Doctor, that we control the great big spigot of your funding. Quite, yes, you're aware of this?
Mm-hmm. Yes. You do. I'm sure that if you cut off the funding, that I can get another funding source from somewhere else. But I think once you see what we've achieved here, that you'll agree that's weird. I must apologize if I'm a little brusque. I'm not used to my social skills have been losing their development while out here dealing with all these blue collar workers and their silly ideas.
Clearly.
Right. Now, on one further point then, before we excuse you to go back to your table tappling, this substance is available at any point on the surface of the Earth?
Yes, it is.
How are we to maintain English supremacy of this resource under these
Secrecy, I think, at this
circumstances?
point.
Exactly. We got the secrecy. Now, of course, that is up to the Parliament and the Prime Minister to work out how we can stay ahead of the development. There was times when the United States was the leading oil producer in the world, but that time has passed, and hopefully we can be able to be the leading producer of this for a long time, probably our entire lifetime. So maybe be our children's generation.
I don't know about
But that's
that.
not
It doesn't sound.
inexhaustible.
No, it doesn't sound like it's that scientifically difficult to get to this. So it just need to drill deeper, right? Your filtration process is simple.
Very simple. Yep.
So yeah, I mean any country, anyone can basically do this.
Yes, they probably could, and if they do, then that's better. If we could have more clean energy from all the countries out there that are polluting our planet, then that is better, in my opinion.
One more.
Go ahead.
One concern I have is if you say there's a combustible or explosive gas beneath the Earth's surface, what is preventing the Earth from exploding right now?
Well, it's like oil. Oil is also explosive, but it's kept under pressure in the underground. In this case, it's quite a ways underground, and it's superheated. It probably takes quite a bit to get it to explode.
Okay. I don't actually know. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
It was a long trip out here, and we're all kind of tired. Could we schedule a complete tour with your assistance, showing us everything, maybe for later on this afternoon, or
Miss
when
Yusuf,
you're not typing?
I believe that your field that you're at. Yes, doctor.
Is she able to answer our scientific questions if we have them?
She is smart, but some of your scientific question, I can see that they did send out the experts out here. So if you have more scientific questions, hopefully she'll be able to help you out. But of course, we do have technicians here that are specialized in the fields that maybe you might ask about, like the people dealing with the nuclear.
Can we get access to your work, your paperwork, your notes,
of course,
your scientific papers?
Of course, right. Of course. From what I understand, how the government works, you were paying for it, and you guys have signed the non-disclosure agreement, so you have access to all of the paperwork.
Yeah, with that in mind, does he have any folders on his table or his desk?
He does not.
Oh, so it's pretty clean. Nothing laying out.
No.
All right.
You'll probably have to print those out. Well, I, for one, would like to settle into my suite and maybe talk to you guys privately.
We have a briefing room, so.
Yes, we should take advantage of that.
Yes, perhaps Ms. Youssef,
yes,
we should rest a bit before the tour. The sandwiches we didn't get from Goldman, perhaps we could have in the briefing room.
Oh yeah. I'll call down and have make up a platter.
Surely. So yes, perhaps we'll have half an hour or something to recuperate and have a bite to eat. I did bring some very excellent sherry. And then yes, we can look more extensively at the facilities. I suppose we should meet some of the Joe Bloggses that run the whole thing as well and get their impression.
Workers.
Technicians here.
I would be very curious to hear their insights.
Exactly.
Miss Yusuf, she goes, well, just down the hallway is the room that we reserve for your office. It's got a conference table and all. I was informed that your luggage has been dropped off at your room.
Wow.
Thank you.
On Keith, on whose behalf are we conducting this
You were sent out by the Ministry of for the U.S. would be the Department of State, but
the British equivalent. I understand. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So meet back at our briefing room after.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Of course, Williams rushes to the shared loo first, locks the door, crimps, etc.
Yeah. When you go in there, you see that it is, it's like a old high school gymnasium bathroom. It's got the prison style shower spigots, and there's a little sign that you can flip male, female. That way, if you're in there showering, someone of the opposite gender doesn't come walking in.
So. Rather rugged, as we said. So yes, I'll then go to my little stateroom, fetch a bottle of the second best sherry, and probably.
Did we know much about this, Dr. Roylett? I mean, peer review journals, how much is he published? Is his background check out?
You probably would have done this research before you came out here. So I'll just say, yes, he has written many peer-reviewed journals, and he is well known in the scientific community, and for a lot of his theories that, seem a little crazy, but they all seem to check out.
Okay, so he's not considered a crackpot.
No,
or anything like that.
He's definitely on the edge of science.
Pushing the envelope.
What's he a doctor of?
Let me look at his stats. What they have him as a doctor of. He is a doctor in physics and chemistry. He holds degrees in physics and chemistry.
Impressive. Again, I just failed to. I guess I can see why, if it were in gas form, it would a combustible gas. It would be useful in converting existing gas plants to some sort of clean style energy. But I just feel like there's so many alternatives out there that already exist, are already proven to be somewhat safe and feasible for the entire world. It's just the effort of governments seem not to be put in.
Yeah,
true, but this could be quite revolutionary.
I think, though, that we're all in agreement that the sun is the greatest source of energy. If we can find a way to harness it, that would be virtually unending, at least for the next 10 billion years.
Well, there have been developments in fusion energy in recent years.
Yeah, that's also following a different path. And nuclear power is just heating up water and running turbines.
So is, almost every form of power that's not a solar or wind is
or the new fusion, which is plasma. We're almost in Star Trek.
With a new source of natural gas that's abundant and clean. We could convert all that nuclear power into a safe cleaning fuel. So
the thing that I don't understand is, how do you burn something without changing its molecular structure into something else that you're breaking it down, you're combining it with something else, oxygen or acetylene or
the only thing
something.
I could think of when I was thinking about it would be something like oh God, like an acid, how it has a reversible reaction when it's dissolved in water. So perhaps the gas does break up and combust, but then immediately recombines into another molecule or the same molecule.
Well, yeah, it must change when it is combusted, it must change into some other element that's fairly common to our atmosphere anyways, because he's getting no toxic byproducts or anything like that from the burning.
What are we doing with it? Are we just turning it into steam to run a turbine again?
I'm assuming that's what it is. We've not been told exactly.
Evidently, if we're trying to keep it a secret, we would be transmogrifying it into some form of electric storage.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be steam or something else.
Right, and we can do that. It just doesn't seem like his technology. I mean, he just had the intuition to dig deeper.
Yeah. Laws of thermodynamics indicate that you can't get something from nothing, that you can't.
Well, it's not something that is, renewable. I mean, I don't know how it's self-sustaining.
It's entropy.
Also, laws of thermodynamics have been known to be flexible in certain cases. I'm not an expert on quantum physics or whatever, but
what is our plan here? What do we get our tour, do some of our tests?
I think we need to look at his stuff, see how he came to these conclusions, and then see if we can reproduce the same conclusions.
Well, we can ask for the math. We can ask for his data.
I want to look at his byproduct because it seems suspicious.
I'm very curious on the byproduct. I cannot believe there's nothing.
Yeah,
toxic
where does
coming
the gas
from
come
this.
from?
Yeah,
I mean, where did the gas come from in the first place? It's got to come from some chemical process.
Is this purple ooze some kind of associated with it? I mean, how much of this purple ooze is coming up, and they're just pumping it back in?
I assume that yes, the magical gas that he so beneficently named for himself, and the slime that comes out of it when it's filtered through something, they're one thing, and he's separated them. And perhaps the thing that he's then processing is the clean part, and the purple bit that he's keeping back is the dirty part. And then there isn't really a clean thing because it's got a dirty part.
Exactly.
And if the stuff underneath regenerates itself, then it's regenerating also the purple bit. So if you keep adding the purple bit to the non-purple, I don't like the math of it, frankly. Except that we could really use some energy independence. The winters have been getting awfully bitter. And, we don't want to buy anything from Putin, but, he was the fellow who's got all the natural gas, so over the Yanks, and I don't particularly like buying liquefied
the direction of Iceland and
geothermal. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Now, I have concerns personally about whether this whole new process that we're introducing is compliant with HSE regulation. I want to know if these workers being exposed to anything that is potentially dangerous.
Well, in the
I want to
ocean
speak
itself.
to these blue collar individuals that this entire team seems to look down on so much.
So we're almost talking about splitting, maybe talking to the workers. So, I mean, we could do that as our tour commences, or we could just go on to an impromptu tour. Now call Angie here and just start wandering around and just ask.
Plus, they'll probably all be in the mess hall when we're in there.
Yeah. And we have open access. So, and then, of course, I do want to run some tests on the purple ooze. as soon as we can.
For all we know, the purple ooze might end up being more valuable than the gas itself.
I'll need your assistance there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very interested myself.
I'm curious to get a whiff of this stuff too.
Purple ooze being described that way by a scientist with multiple degrees is a little strange to me.
Well, he was talking down to us as if we were idiots.
Analyze it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say you guys went to your rooms, freshened up, and then you were having this conversation in the conference room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And over sandwiches,
as promised. Yep.
Sherry.
And Sherry. Miss Yusuf did get a platter of little finger sandwiches and everything for you. You can tell, if you're eating it, that this is obviously food that's made to be stored long term. Probably coming out of a can and everything. But,
hey, tuna in the can's great.
Yeah, it is delicious.
Might be wasting good sherry on this meal.
Could have I brought a quantity. Having brought just a bit of cress, though, would have freshened things up a bit, right? With infinite energy, why don't they have a beautiful greenhouse also on the roof, and they could be growing, fresh whatnots and having little rabbits run around for.
Honestly, the scary thing to me is that if you find an inexhaustible source of energy, then you're going to have people against the environment that are going to come on and say, we'll just get rid of all the forests. We don't need them anymore. Let's just build buildings and cover the planet in cement. And
that's why we want to keep the whole matter rather hush-hush, I think.
Yeah. I want to know what environmental impact this is having on the ocean.
I knew you were a hippie. I spotted it right off. Think of it this way. A few generations ago, we were an empire. And we could be an empire again if we play our cards right.
The environmental agency has regulations, Williams, that we are all beholden to and should be compliant with.
As you know, I am a thoroughly compliant individual. That being said, if this boffin gas is as clean as the fellow says, then we could be improving the world's energy supply while controlling it with a gentle but firm hand.
I tend to side with Mr. Williams on this. I think that the Trident program cemented us thoroughly at the upper echelon of nations, and as a result, the morality can come after the control. If things are out of our control, then we're not able to enforce our morality.
Rogue
Spoken
nations.
Like a nuclear physicist.
Rogue nations.
I would just be more worried because we're Scotland going independent, and I suspect we're in their jurisdiction, sir. With a new energy, they've already been the producers of all, most of our energy in the UK. So we're quite reliant on them.
We might need to keep this more hush-hush than it is, or drill some other spot than Devil's Hole, if all it takes.
I suspect there's a lot of these workers with a Scottish brogue to them. So, yeah.
Yes.
We'll see how quiet this is.
So we'll begin with the Yusuf tour, and it's we want to see what we want to see the stuff burning. We want to see it filtrated, and we want to meet some of the proletariat.
We'll take the nickel tour. Ask, a few of the blue collars, the technicians here working, whatever questions you want, and we'll see what this filtration process is.
Excellent. All right. So whenever you kind of let her know that you're ready to go, she of course comes back and she's like going, all right, where would you like to go first?
Start from the top and take us down, Miss Yusuf. How about that?
Show us everything.
All right. Well, we'll go down to the third level of the accommodation block, and we'll show you our kitchens, where we have the crew can entertain themselves, and then we'll head on out into the actual work areas.
Yeah, I think we kind of want to see the workings assume.
Oh, yeah. We have to go through the third floor anyway, so we might as well just let you see how we keep this size of a force fed. So they take you on down. So she takes you on down onto the third floor, and she kind of points out, "Oh, over here's the movie room. Where you're able to show newest movies that come out, maybe only a month or two behind their release. Here's the dining area. You see some people in there getting kind of set up. Looks like they're probably an hour or two away from the meal, but when you're feeding 50 people, you kind of got to do a little prep ahead of time. The two cooks in there, they look up and they smile at you, and they tell you, okay, we have a wonderful meal planned tonight, and all tuna fish sandwiches.
Same as lunch. Thank you.
We had already started making it. That's why.
It's very appreciated.
Yeah, we'll have bangers and mash in the morning.
Oh,
better.
But it's the third floor. It's obvious this is just where people kind of go to relax and kind of kill their free time.
Is the
do we see any of the?
Oh.
Do we see any of the blue collar workers?
You don't. There's kind of during the not during the shift change right now. So as Miss Yusuf explains, she's like most of the people that work the night shift, they're usually asleep by now. This floor gets a little bit busy right an hour or two after shift change because people are unwinding after work and everything, and shift change right around 1830s really shift time. So the people coming on, they come in, they get their meals, they go out and they relieve the other workers, they come in, they eat, and then you'll see this floor really comes alive.
Do we see people on the rig though outside doing stuff?
Yeah.
Just looking around. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do we walk by the infirmary?
Yes, you do. Yep.
Is there a doctor or is it
there is a doctor. The doctor's name is where's he at? Dr. Tony Petersen. He looks like he's probably in his upper 30s. He stands up to greet you, and he's like going, "Oh, this is the inspection team." He's like, wonderful to meet you. Wonderful to meet you. I'm Dr. Petersen. I take care of the crew. If they get ill, of course we have some beds that they can stay in. Fortunately, I haven't had any serious accidents. A couple people sometimes bang their heads or cut themselves, but nothing that we can't handle here with a simple first aid kit. But we are prepared if something goes wrong.
Oh, excellent. So. Just minor bumps and bruises.
Yeah, what you'd expect, and just with this much metal around, people are going to inevitably maybe bang their head or cut themselves. See, we are an industrial work site.
Good. I hope we don't have to see you again.
Oh well, I'll take that as a compliment rather than that you didn't enjoy my company.
Yeah, that's the way that it was meant. Yes.
We'll see you at dinner.
Oh, I'll see you at dinner. Oh, excellent. Yes. And I do a food safety inspection every once in a while to make sure we don't want a food poisoning breaking out.
Very good.
Well, as she takes you down, she comes to a stop and she goes, here's some hard hats and eye protection and, of course, ear protection for you to wear, enforcing all the safety standards. He goes, let's head out onto the out into the floor, and she opens up the door, and it's a pretty thick door. You can tell that it was definitely kind of suppressing the sound. When it opens it up, you can hear the drill echoing through. The power control systems are running, and you do see a lot of people here working. A lot, probably 20 or so.
Is there a smell in the air? I mean, we're not smelling any.
What you would expect in
so
kind of that
industrial oily sort of smells.
Yeah,
exactly. They got
mechanical.
their POLs, the petroleum oil and lubricants and everything and going. But people, they're all wearing their safety gear, and for the most part, they don't really look up. If you go up there and kind of wave at it or anything, they'll look up to you, but it looks like they're just kind of doing their job.
Perhaps the MP should go interface with his constituency.
I don't very much expect that any of these folks vote in Oxfordshire, but yes, I'll go and chat with one of the blokes. I suppose perhaps there'll be people operating machinery. I don't exactly want to interrupt anything. Do you who know how these things work? Is there somebody who's just sort of supervising or something we can talk to?
Miss Yusuf goes, "Oh yes. She's like going over here. We'll go talk to go talk to Finbar over here. Finbar Drummond. He's the one in charge of the platform crew."
Fully.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mr. Drummond.
Good. Hello. How are you? Kind of step over here. We'll get away from that awful loud noise so we can hear each other better.
Very kind. I'm MP Williams, Oxfordshire. We're all here to see whether everything's on the up and up, and folks are.
Yes. He's like going, you're the inspection team. Wonderful. He's like, you want to hear my joke?
Please, yes.
Oh, you want to know the two biggest lies ever told? It's by the people greeting the inspection team that says they're happy to meet you, and it's by the inspection team that says we're here to help.
Well, so I think I'll take that back to the home counties. Quite very good. Here to help. So this is Ms. Mann. She has been slightly concerned by some of the implications from what we've heard up top about potential HSE circumstances. Do you have any thoughts about this matter?
Oh, like in environmental problems?
Safety, health and safety.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know what they stood for.
Basically
safety.
OSHA.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, well, kind of looks around. He's like, oh, I think we could use some more workers. Personally, 11-hour shifts, 7 days a week.
Oh,
anyone's going to get tired. We could use more workers out here, so we could start doing maybe an 8-hour shift, or maybe if we can do 8-hour shifts, maybe have some days where we actually get time off. I'm just worried that people are going to get tired, and that's when mistakes happen.
I completely agree, Mr. Drummond. Do you feel as though Mr. Goldman is on top of these concerns and addressing them appropriately?
I have raised the concerns to him, but whether he has done anything to address it, and I don't know, but I can tell you that there has not been any change since I've raised these concerns with him.
Aside from the working hours, the conditions dealing with this new discovery, do you feel as though you're being protected from any kind of exposure to unknown agents, or are you given proper PPE, things like that?
You would want to talk to a Mitch Logan. He's the one that actually works in the processing area. He's going to be he's the equivalent down here. I'm in charge of the drill team and all, and I've never come into contact with what we're getting and out of there and all. We've been frankly quite busy. The crust is quite thick.
Has drilling been continuous, or have you stopped since you've started to get some of this gas?
It's been pretty much continuous. We think that we're probably going to be able to stop. We're waiting on Dr. Roylett to give us the hey, we've reached the point where he believes is the optimal spot.
What rate are you getting it? Are you getting a lot of it, or
right now it's coming up at a slow rate, but we understand that if we go down another mile, that we'll be able to have it come up and fill up our thing quite well.
So we see the holding tanks for this gas.
You see pipes and
going
all, but
someplace.
yeah, they're actually going down another level.
Okay, all right. I mean, it seems like I would pause and do a little more test on this gas before we waste our energy to go down a whole nother mile or anything further. I don't know.
How expensive exactly was it to get down all the way through the Earth's crust? That's farther than anyone's ever been before, isn't it? How far have people drove?
Further than anyone I've ever known that's went, but yeah, I would believe so, sir, but I'm not a historian, so I don't want to say 100% that it is, but I think we have went deeper than anyone ever has before.
And how much would it cost to set up one of these rigs?
Oh, billions. But I mean, this one was already here, but and fortunately we were able to get that reactor from that decommissioned sub. So,
so you haven't found Mr. Goldman to be terribly responsive to your concerns. Do you get much in the way of response from Roylett when you ask questions about whether or not you need to continue drilling, for example?
We do get a response. The response is yes, we need to keep drilling.
Does he strike you as a driven man or a little bit touched?
I would say he is obsessive.
Obsessive, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was typing away when we attempted to interview him. Is he just documenting his own thoughts perennially? I mean, he wasn't sending an email, certainly.
I have no idea what he does up in his office. I try and avoid management. That's how I've gotten by my entire career.
One wants to achieve a certain level and then not bump into anyone, ideally. The people who are manning the nuclear station are also working 11 hours shifts, 7 days a week?
Yes, yeah. Yes, they are. Their team lead is Mitch McDougal.
Why do you have two Mitches? That confuses matters.
They probably have more than one McDougal.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, there are two Mitches.
Right. So.
Well, Mr. Drummond, I think you've been very frank and helpful. I understand. I do have the impression that some of the bottleneck, if you will, is that it's difficult to find people who can sign the NDA and so on, and pass security, because this is a secret facility. But as we increase the staffing, should this continue, and even if we can't increase, I mean, we can't very well have people operating some sort of nuclear thingamabob who are asleep on their feet. So I assure you, I'll look into that.
Oh well, thank you.
Would you say that Oxfordshire is downwind of this facility? It's a suburb of London.
I would say that yes, the wind blows away from London here. Yes.
Away from. Oh, that's good. Very good. Thank you then.
Yeah.
I suppose we should see this Logan or this McDougal. Which is closest, the nuclear thingamabob or the
the nuclear where they work is on this floor. You need to go down another floor to go to the processing area.
Sounds
Oh,
probably
yeah.
interested. Yeah.
Do we get special yellow jackets or something? I watched part of that Chernobyl thing, but thought awfully grim, so I stopped.
We've advanced a lot since then. I would say reactors are much more safer than they were in the Soviet Union. But that being said, 11-hour shifts does concern me. You shouldn't be treating any nuclear, especially with the ones they have on those submarines. They're not quite as tight as the ones we have on land.
Also decommissioned submarine, so who knows how old it is.
Oh dear, now it may very well be like Chernobyl.
So you wanted to go to talk to the reactor control area? Okay. When you show up there, Mitch McDougal, he's sitting at his console, and when you come in, he looks up and he stands up to greet you, and he's like, "Oh, come in. We were expecting the inspection team. I didn't know if it was going to be today or tomorrow, but that's part of the inspection is a surprise, right?"
Exactly.
No one ever expects the safety inspection team. What?
Exactly. Yes. I understand where that reference was from. My grandparents watched that show.
I don't.
Why a few of them?
Speak up, Williams.
There's a few people in the, I guess, in the reactor area. I kind of want to just go to the drilling floor and look around. I don't really know anything about these nuclear reactors, so it's Swan. Okay. What's yours?
I'll come with you, Anderson.
Yeah.
All right. Staying on this floor or actually go down another floor?
Let's go down. Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back to you guys in a bit. All right. Who is talking to the people working in the reactor?
I'll talk to some of them.
Yeah,
I'll
go with Swan.
Okay. All right. And the Honorable Mr. Williams, which
I think we can proceed in an orderly fashion.
Okay.
Might as well cover this floor before jumping down some more stairs. I ought to put elevators in, if you ask me.
All right. So, McDougal, he's a man, probably young 40s, and he smiles when he sees you. He's like going, "Oh, well, welcome to Devil's Hole. I'm the second in charge of the reactor. I'm just underneath Dr. Kent."
Charmed.
Oh, wonderful to meet you.
Now,
what can I help you with?
I'm rather concerned about the conditions. I heard your men were working quite long shifts here. Is everything up to board?
The men are fine, and he kind of looks around and he goes, the coolant is being strained.
The coolant?
Yes.
What exactly do you mean by that? Are you running low?
There's a leak, and we've been trying to track down where the coolant leak is. I've told Dr. Kent about it and wrote a couple memos telling her that, hey, we need to address this soon.
That is rather concerning, to say the least. Are you telling me that heavy water is being leaked into this facility?
Well, we don't know where it's going. That's why I've advocated maybe shutting down for a couple days to do a thorough checkout of it, but I have been overridden.
I'd be inclined to agree with you. You could follow the trail of tumors to wherever this leak's coming from. This is quite concerning.
Yes, and that's why I was quite happy to see you show up because my concerns have been ignored, is how I will put it.
Do you mind if we take a look at actually some of the machine? I don't know how a nuclear reactor works.
Yeah.
Some of the machinery of the reactor to make sure everything's going well.
No problem at all. You can give me a one of your appropriate.
Okay, I think I have engineering.
Yep.
Okay.
I can, if you need any assistance there, Swan, I can also help as well.
Can I push it? Could I push it? I'm gonna lean over the elephant's foot.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You could you could push it. If you fail, you're going to kind of slip and hit your head on something and take a point of damage.
All right. Oh yeah. Oops.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, 65. That's a pass.
Okay,
65 under 70.
So as you are looking at it, you can tell that the actual nuclear reactor is well maintained and all. And the again, this, if any nuclear physicists are watching, I'm not an expert on this. So the pipe that's bringing in the coolant is there. You can see on the gauge marking the coolant. You can see in there that he's used a grease pencil to kind of mark on there, and you can infer that he's kind of marking how the pressure is going down where it should be holding steady in a closed system.
I'm just going to look at the MP and be like, this is bad.
Yeah, this needs to be traced.
So, I had my Benz had a leak in the antifreeze system. Is this something? And then, this neighbor had a very irritating Raley and lapped some of it up and keeled over, and it was a dreadful row. So is this the same sort of thing where we've got some coolant leaking and it's dangerous to maybe the fishies and whatnot? Or are we saying, again, that Chernobyl thing on television that was so dreadful, which is on a scale from antifreeze to meltdown?
I would lean more toward more concern than just the fishies getting poisoned.
Righto. And there's a hole somewhere and you haven't been able to find it.
Yeah, we've been looking. Unfortunately, this when we installed this in here, it's a rather tight quarters. This was an old drilling platform, and we'd have to turn off the drill to do a thorough inspection, or else someone could get caught in some of the moving parts. And
and what time framey sort of thing are we discussing here? Do we have to shut down the drill for 6 hours and then it has to, cool, and then you can start your gauges?
It'd be a few days. It'd be down for a proper inspection. Yes.
But as we understand it, the special smog stuff is already coming through the hole that exists. So it isn't urgent that it gets deeper right away. Correct?
In my opinion, it didn't matter where we were. We should have stopped and gotten this taken care of now.
Right. And the entire government investment up to this point, should this facility melt into a bit of radioactive slag in the North Sea, we wouldn't be able to recuperate any of that income, correct?
I'd be dead, so I don't care if you'd be able to recuperate the income. I appreciate.
This operation would be shut down, Williams. Think about Chernobyl. No one lives there anymore. No one works there.
Although there are safaris now, I understand, if you have the right. Right. So no, the point is the same. I'm not to seem unconcerned about your physical well-being, just that it's vital that the drill stop, because the nuclear thingamabob has to stop so that it doesn't all.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
Yes, and I briefed Dr. Kent on this a few times.
And Dr. Kent is, suppose Dr. Kent answers to Dr. Roylott and no one else. Right.
Yes. Well, technically, we all report to what was that dude's name?
Goldman.
Goldman. Yes, technically, we all report.
I've met Goldmans before. He should stop picking at his cuticles that way. It undermines his sense of authority. Very well. Thanks ever so for the information. I'll see if I can. Are you among the crew that's leaving in 3 weeks?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, hopefully we can get this resolved before you're rotated. Is that what they call it?
Yes. Yeah. It's a rotation. Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm assuming your replacements have already arrived for handover.
Handover is usually 10 days.
Okay.
So they'll be here. I be here in 11 days. Oh, yeah.
Do we have the authority to just shut the drill off with our authority?
You would, yes.
Yes, we should catch up to Anderson and see if we can get a hi-fi call to the mainland or something, because I think Roylott will try to interfere with. Wasn't it hi-fi?
High
Remember
frequency.
That satellite something? Yes. My impression is that Roylott isn't terribly interested in our opinions. And I certainly don't want to be here when this thing Chernobyls. So let's catch up with Anderson. What?
All right, so we'll cut to Anderson and Douglas. You guys are going down a floor. It is very loud down here. You do see some workers around the drill, and you do see also the pipes that you imagine that the gas is coming in. It's going into a separate, building essentially that built on air.
Okay. Yeah, I must have misread the map. I thought the deck was or the drilling floor was by the nuclear reactor.
Well, there's two kind of like, you're talking, the nuclear reactors down there. I probably read the map also. It's probably like, I'm picturing like, it's not like a full floor, like, just kind of sank down a little bit.
So we went down further then.
Yeah.
All right.
In any case, I'm finding this all very incredulous. I don't know. I need to see something. It's very loud.
It is very loud. I'm not sure what we're looking for here. Just how the mechanisms are going.
The processing of the whole.
Yeah. Trying to get a sense of.
Yeah, you can infer that the processing is probably in that separate little building where the pipes are kind of going into. So,
we can kind of.
Okay,
go ahead.
I was just looking at the map. It was.
Here's where the drill is. Here's where the pumps are. The pipes are going in that way. I want to see in that room.
Okay. All right. When you go in and when you open up the door, you see there is a toolbox that's spilled over. It looks like it got kicked over, and you see this guy laying on the ground, and his 3 fingers on his right hand have this purple slime on it, and he keeps trying to like wipe it off on his pants, but he's like, it burns so bad.
Well,
did you do a chemical wash?
Yeah, there should be a station.
Yeah, he goes over there and he turns it on, and when it comes out, it hits it, and you see the purple slime actually kind of spreads more onto his hand.
See if we got something to. I know I'm putting the gloves on, and if it's acidic, is there something that we can neutralize it with?
Like a base or something.
Yeah, something that was part of, maybe at the, I don't know what type of equipment they have right there.
Yeah, they would have like their, safety gear that they would have. Okay. When you get out the powder that you would put on it or whatever it is, give me a luck roll.
And as he's helping him, I'm looking around to see what happened, where he got the...
29. Success.
Okay. So we'll come back to you, Terry. So when you poured that on there, the purple liquid, it actually kind of like splatter's not quite the right word, because it almost like you would have swore it jumped. It actually jumped and landed on this guy's neck, and now you see it starting to spread on his neck.
Can we just physically pull it off of him? I mean, just it's got to be something I can grab it with.
Is it thick? Is it thin?
Yeah,
it looks like almost like someone spilled jelly. It almost looks like
it's clumpy
it's got some clumps into it.
Yeah, if there's a lab coat or a jacket or something like that that's hanging there, grab that and just start pulling it off of them as much as I can.
Okay.
Rubbing it.
Yeah.
Come to that. Terry, when you kind of look around, you see the tanks that were holding that the gas is in, and you see like it looks like they have like a little spigot that was coming off that you've worked in these kind of areas before. And you can see in there's like a little bit of this purple slime dripping down into like this beaker.
This is the byproduct that what's his name was talking about, Dr. Roylett.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
pick up the beaker. Is there some in the beaker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's it smell like?
When you kind of smell it, give me the old smell hidden.
Oh, no, these dice now that the 30 looks like a 90. That's a 39. I'm looking for smell hidden. That is a regular pass.
So you kind of start smelling it. It almost smells like if you ever turned over leaves that have been, and the bottoms the leaves are starting to rot. It's got that smell. And as you smell, you see kind of like out of the corner of your eyes, you're looking down, the stuff jumps. And you can give me a sanity roll.
Okay. Can I do a luck roll? I mean, I don't want to get it on me.
Yeah. We'll do the sanity first.
58. Oh, wait. 58. That's my sanity on this thing. Okay. 58 out of 60. Just barely.
Yep, you're fine. And now give me a luck roll.
That is a 34 out of 55.
Yeah. You were able to jerk your head back in time. You kind of see it now kind of up on top of the rim of the collection beaker.
This shit is alive.
Okay. And John, as you start kind of pulling on him, you feel like you're gathering it up, pulling it away, but as you do, you can actually feel his skin sloughing off where...
Oh.
Was he bleeding really bad?
What you see as the skin sloughs off, the capillary blood that you would expect underneath that, or maybe venous, that's actually got a purple tint to it also now.
Infecting him.
Yeah. Is there a secure alarm to hit?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell to Terry, hit the alarm. Call the doctor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
if I can find something to clamp the lid on the top of the beaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Is it moving around in the cloth that I have it? That I pulled it.
You kind of maybe, yeah, just a little.
It might be some sort of deep sea amoeba thing.
Yeah, the three of you maybe you were finishing up talking to McDougal when you hear the alarm go off.
What does that mean?
Oh my God,
Mr. McDougal?
He's like going, that's just the general alarm. We usually have to. There's supposed to be an announcement shortly after that about what's going on. If there's not, then we need to head up to the top.
It might be the reactor.
Oh, lead the way to the top, then, please.
He's like, the reactor's fine. The reactor's fine. It's not getting hot. But he's like, this way. Come with me. You see a lot of the other workers, they're kind of sitting there. They're like, people, if they haven't been doing emergency drills, a lot of times people will just kind of stop because they're like, what? This makes no sense.
Well, is there an intercom system? How do these different pods talk to each other?
There is. Yep.
So yeah, if we're calling I'm not sure if we know how to work it. I'm calling for the doctor areas.
It's probably just in general like a push button, kind of talk on there. You guys are
medical emergency personnel to the reactor room. No, where are we? We're at the
processing.
Yeah,
we're in the processing room.
Hazmat suits.
Yeah,
bring be wearing full hazmat suits.
Hazmat suit. We're on the way. The doctor's on the way.
Is he still?
Did we hear that too?
Yeah, you would have heard that come across the intercom system.
It would have been everywhere.
Yeah. Yes, it is still on his hand, and it is moving up.
This is like that movie, The Blob.
Yeah, I'm backing up. I don't know what to do on this, Douglas. I don't get it on you.
And he's
I come over and I look into his eyes. Do I see the blood vessels in the white part starting to turn purple? Like it's in his blood?
Yep.
Shit.
It's the only one person in here.
Yes.
And one door.
We need to isolate him and isolate ourselves from him. Is he conscious?
I know the pain of his skin being kind of ripped off by John there. Not on purpose, but he kind of passed out from the
John, get away from him.
Oh yeah, I backed up. I'm backing up towards the door. Maybe bring that sample that you have in the bottle and let's close this down.
Right. The three of you that are like up a little bit higher, you kind of came out there and you see the other you see Finbar Drummond is standing there. He's like medical help, and he's like going, they shouldn't have set off the alarm for medical emergency. I mean, that's messed the whole thing up. It's like, make no sense.
Why wouldn't you set off the alarm for a medical emergency?
The whole evacuation alarm? No, yeah, you just make a call.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I think that was Douglas's voice. I hope they're all right.
Yeah. And the three of you can give me a spot hidden.
I didn't like the fact that helicopter took off as soon as we landed. Thought, oh, good heavens, I've got an extreme success.
Oh, I got a hard.
Okay, all right. So the two of you see like here, how these drills, they keep adding on the extensions to it and everything. You see where one of them is, you start seeing like with the hard and the extreme, you would have thought maybe it's just like some of the lubricant leaking out, but you've never seen a purple lubricant kind of coming out, and it's almost like it's seeping, but instead of seeping down, it's actually going up the the metal.
Oh my God.
Up the metal from what? Up the stairs? Up the...
Up
drill.
like the drill. So it's climbing. It's sweeping up the drill.
So, as we expected, the arrogant fellow upstairs misunderstood what the oobleck was. That's kind of a handsome shade, though. So I wonder if can they drop the drill or something in case there's some sort of incursion, or is there some? Let's see, is this Drummond?
Yes, yeah.
There seems to be some. It's coming up.
Oh, what the hell? I've never seen that before.
Is there some way you can force the whole mechanism down? I don't fancy.
Perhaps we should stop the process.
Yeah. Well,
stop the drills.
Yeah, you hear him. He gets out his radio. He's going, cut the drill. And a guy goes up there. He starts flipping the panels, and you see the purple ooze hop, and it lands on this guy's face.
Oh my God!
3 of you can make a sanity roll for that.
Didn't look at all like a splash to me.
Fail 85.
It is 1d4.
Regular success.
Fail by 1 point.
Zero if you pass.
Yeah.
Didn't look. It's just a splash, right? Just splash,
just
right?
a splash.
My God.
Fail 1d4, and this guy, he reaches up and he grabs it, and you see it start going around his hands that are touching his face now. And
somebody go help him quick!
Have we started coming up yet?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't go anywhere near the purple stuff.
Yeah, don't let it touch you.
It's some sort of a life form. I think it's a colonial amoeba of some sort from the bottom of the sea.
What on earth? Look, that man there. We need to help him?
Jesus, no, we can't go anywhere near it. It won't come off. It's actually... we hit the medical alarm because the guy in the thing is covered with it now, but it's actually in his blood. His blood vessels are turning purple.
What?
Going to go upstairs and speak to Dr. Roylett.
I'll be going with you.
Perhaps we should make plans to get off this damn platform and shut this whole operation down.
Well, I think we need to shut down the power plant and close this down.
Oh, the power plant.
The helichopper.
Yeah.
Stop the drill. Call the chopper.
You do hear the drill start to wind down.
Yeah.
If this is an actual life form, and they've already had it on, they've already found the purple stuff. They've actually been exposed to this far longer than just now.
Maybe it hasn't gotten out of its containment yet.
Maybe not.
They'll just now. They didn't do any experiment on the purple stuff. The purple ooze. They just started pumping it back down into the ocean.
Well, I had this damn stuff try to jump on me.
You do see the medical doctor come in through the door.
We'll stop him and brief him give him the full brief on what to expect, what we've seen to this point.
Oh my God.
Somebody needs to help that man right there. It's on his face.
I'm going. I'll go.
No. What? It's some sort of a multi-celled or single-celled organism. It's eating itself right into him.
No. What can we do then?
I don't know. We tried washing it off. It wouldn't wash off. And it's aggressive. It tried to attack.
It's acid. It moves up independent. Is he in a suit? Is he in the full kind of bio?
Yeah. Guy like.
Well, he might be protection and everything.
But I mean, he may want to analyze the guy up there in the processing.
Well, here I've got a jar full of it.
Yeah, he's like, I got to at least give him something.
What's the guy doing right now? I'm assuming he's like screaming in pain.
Yeah, screaming. Yeah, he's on the ground.
Are there any CO2 fire extinguishers?
There are.
I'm gonna go grab one of those and try to freeze the blob.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If it's too salt, warm temperature on the bottom.
Okay. All right. So you go up there with the CO2 fire extinguisher. And I assume spraying it, not just swinging at it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, give me a 1d6.
It worked in the movie.
Okay, that's a 6.
Oh, when you spray it, it actually does retreat from where you spray it. It kind of hops away from him, and it hops back onto the drill.
There, you damn bastard.
We need to evacuate this, though. We all need to get off of this platform.
Hence the alarm.
Obviously, it can climb and spread.
Yeah, people are, most of the people went up to the top because that's their procedures,
Well, I'm afraid that any method of destruction that involves heat won't work if it was somehow living at the center of the earth.
Oh, well, we were nowhere near the center of the earth, just the edge. But let's get to Dr. Roylott. He might be concerned.
Yeah, I think you should show him your jam jar. Is somebody pressed the button that turns off the big nuclear thingamajig already?
I don't believe so.
So maybe you, Swan, call the fellow we spoke to and tell him that he has to take the rods out of the cones or whatever that business is.
I hate to be a downer, but it takes quite a while to stop a nuclear reaction.
So why would you have a procedure when the big alarm means everyone goes upstairs if that just meant that the nuclear rod business was going to keep going? Shouldn't there be some sort of I have to hold this button down business, and if I take my finger away, it turns itself off? Isn't that? I don't know how people put these things together.
You watch too many movies, Williams.
It is not a dead man's switch, my dear member of Parliament.
I'm afraid it's about to be. Poor Mr. McDougall.
You're not wrong.
Well, at least we should tell McDougall. Well, is McDougall still in? Maybe you should go and start the procedure for turning it off, because McDougall probably fucked off upstairs already. How long do you think it takes? Where are the satellite phones we've heard so much about?
You did not see them.
Yes, I'm going upstairs. I'll see you all above.
All right, so you're going upstairs. Victoria's going upstairs.
Let's get to a meeting point and let's discuss a plan. All this is happening so quickly.
And Philip, you're going to go.
I'm going to go to the nuclear reactor.
All right. Okay. You guys head up the steps. Philip, you get to the nuclear reactor, and as you go in there, you see that was it McDougall that was that one?
I think so.
McDougall is in there. He's starting to you see him running through the procedures that he should be doing. Oh, he's going, it'll be a while until it's shut down, but I guess at least now maybe we'll be able to do this inspection. Almost a gallows humor joke.
Yeah. Well, just make sure to stop the reaction at any cost. There's some sort of horrible emergency going on.
It's in the process. And about that time, you hear the door, the handle start to turn again, and it opens up, and you see this bipedal. It looks like it's in the shape of a man, but it's completely just this purple ooze, sort of kind of walking in toward you.
Oh, my sanity roll.
Yes.
Oops.
I assume the lad was carrying that fire suppressor with him.
I took that.
He wouldn't have dropped it.
Hope not.
Shit.
First, he might have expended it. How much is in there?
Yeah, it'll be a luck roll.
Wait 1 second.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Roll 2d10.
I think there is an elevator, and they
Okay,
just didn't.
19 on the sanity roll.
Just 1 point then.
Okay.
You kind of like,
I already lost 5 points. Yikes.
okay, yikes. All right. And its dex is less than yours. So you gotta go first.
Cursed beast! And I'll spray it with the remains of the extinguisher.
All right, give me a luck roll.
Okay. Uh-oh. 99 on the luck roll.
Oh, you must have squeezed it really good. So you go, cursed beast. Oh no. All right, it with its 80% shamble, it comes approaching, and it is going to take you see his arm come up, and it's going to kind of swing at you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to, oh Lord. I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna try to meekly dodge out of the way.
All right, makes sense.
And that's a 68. That's a horrible fail.
All right. So as it swings by, it makes contact, but it's not like when it hits you, this purple, its arm almost just like wraps around you, and suddenly you feel this burning as this ooze is on you now. And McDougal's, of course, just screaming. All right, the other 4.
Well, I think we're trying to get to
McRoylott, Dr.
Yes.
Dr.
McRoylott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roylett's office, and to find a sat phone too.
All right. So you guys come up to the second level. That's where the offices were. As you come down there, you see that you see
What?
Goldman. He's kind of just standing there. He's like, going, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Get me a satellite phone right now.
The sat phones, yeah. They're in the closet. He's like, the keys. Those are my office. I'll be right back. You see him run to his office, and his hand kind of fumbles on the doorknob, but he does eventually get it open.
How many copters can you get, and why aren't there any lifts on this blasted platform?
Yeah, I mean, I suspect we know the evacuation procedures for this place.
Okay. All right. He comes back out, and he's got the. He comes back out he's got the keys. He's like going, is one of these these are the keys for the.
Give me the damn keys, man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And he kind of points down the hall. He's like, the storage closet is down there.
All right, I've got it sorted. I'll be back.
All right. Okay. What's the other 3 doing?
We got the sample of the purple ooze in the beaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it moving around in the beaker?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Definitely a life form.
Yes. Should we do a few experiments on this while we're waiting?
Well, I'd rather have a proper lab, but
there should be a lab here.
I'm very sorry. The experiment is what will kill it, I believe.
Exactly.
Well, we've seen that cold deters it. I'd like to preserve the specimen. I mean, we've got a life form nobody's seen before that lives on the bottom of the sea.
Great Scott, you're worse than a hippie. You're some sort of
It's
slime
more
hugger.
than on the bottom of the sea.
I'm a scientist, sir.
Yes, well, this thing can't leave the platform, obviously, unless you think it's quite valuable. And I don't think anyone below decks thinks so. It's below decks.
It might be extremely valuable. We don't know.
Well, we can, send a ship out to recover whatever's left of this platform. But what we need to do is leave immediately and also see if this Roylott fellow knew what he was sucking up.
Well, with that is we're right next to his door, right? You just throw the door open.
Ask him.
Okay, so you guys throw open the door. He is not there.
Yeah. All right. What was the bugger typing?
Yeah.
When you go to his computer and you look at the screen, the monitor is cracked and quite dusty. And when you look down, you notice also that the computer is not plugged in.
He wasn't.
All work and no play makes Casper a friendly ghost. Very cute.
Just start searching the room. See if there's anything.
If there's anything, it's going to be somewhat in the violet sphere, I think.
Exactly.
Wait, are we? Was he just sitting there typing, pretending?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
What the veritable fuck?
Was he already infected?
Oh, I don't know what this infection would do. I mean, he didn't seem like it.
Well, he kept talking about it like it was just a small amount that they'd found. What if it got into his fucking brain?
What if he was sent here by some enemy to suck it up and poison us?
Oh, I think
I say he's
highly speculating on this. I am going to look around the office to see if there's anything in there any further.
As you look around the office, you kind of open. You do find like some documents, what you would expect of a competent scientist, but you notice that like his journal, he stopped taking notes probably about 4 weeks ago.
Oh, 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, they hadn't encountered this purple ooze yet, had they? From our...
he told you that they hadn't encountered it yet.
I say, man, any luck with the hi-fi phones?
Through brute, like keep trying, you're going to find the correct key. So yeah. So you open it up, and there are 3 satellite phones in there.
I found some. I'm coming back, and I'm like dialing. I'm taking all of the phones and dialing a number.
I'm looking for fire extinguishers.
999. What do you call?
Whoever. Well, there should be standard evacuation procedures.
Yeah, and
somebody else that.
There's usually pre-programmed in numbers also.
Yeah.
Those, so
got to be something.
Look for something that says panic. It might be in yellow, it might be in red. Emergency.
Hit the big red button.
Yeah, I call whatever is pre-programmed into this phone.
Okay. When you do, the woman's voice comes online. She's like going, "Yep, this is Aberdeen airfield. What can we help you out with, Devil Soul?"
There's been an incident on the platform. All personnel need to be evacuated immediately. Send enough vehicles to aid in that transport.
Roger. We will send out. How many personnel are we trying to evacuate? All 50?
All 50.
Okay.
Plus the team that just arrived.
Plan for 60. Plan for 60.
Okay. That's going to take a while. We won't be able to send that many helicopters at a time. So, but
you don't have to send them at once. Just start the process. Damn it!
We're launching.
Something a gunship might also be useful.
I mean, we also have lifeboats and stuff. We can go out to sea here on this. But is Goldman close by? What is he doing? I mean, come on, man, start this process.
I suggest you try to smell urine.
You could pass the smell hidden for urine automatically.
At this point, could I show up?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I God, I barely got out of that place alive. Oh,
How does he look?
It looks like Philip. He's got like a little, like, maybe he's a little sweaty probably from running up the steps and all, but yeah.
Yes, they should have lifts in this place. What's the situation with the atomic bits?
well, the reaction stopped. Again, it takes hours for the reaction to sort of die
Completely
down.
fall.
You know what I mean? It's like still the rods are still glowing. They're going to keep glowing, and then eventually.
And McDougal, is he going to come up and join us? We've called for an evacuation team.
I don't think McDougal made it.
From McDougal didn't make it from what?
There was some sort of hideous purple humanoid beast that attacked us.
Mimicry. Does it have mimicry?
No, it wasn't. I believe it was some sort of it was covering a guy, but it was completely covered, and he was just shambled in, and it was a disaster.
And did his behavior seem as if he was being controlled?
I don't know. Did it seem like he was being controlled?
I mean, it was just a
He looked like he was
humanoid
just
jelly thing.
But it was physically
I think-
attacking.
Yeah.
I think it was more that the amoeba was sort of using his body as a scaffolding to maneuver, not so much that he himself was being controlled.
We'll say business. I think we should try to find Roylet, who at least needs to pay for his crimes, or we need to make sure that he doesn't escape this facility if he is in some way.
There's only one way.
I say leave him here.
Take
the
a
bastard
lifeboat.
can die with his creation. Sorry, go ahead, Anderson.
No, I mean there's only one way escaping without a helicopter is just take lifeboats. That's the lowest deck, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
The lifeboats. Where are people congregating? I mean, we hit the alarm.
They most of them came up to the top because that was the evacuation procedures and all. If you want to start getting into it toward the lifeboats, they'll go with you. But like they went up there and there's not a fire, so they don't feel like, okay, hey, I got to get out of here right now, because most of them didn't see like
we're turning to Goldman, or just, we're getting everyone out of this.
It's a chemical leak.
Chemical leak.
The helicopters are on the way. I heard Miss Man. She called. The helicopters are on the way.
How many people can the lifeboats fit?
The lifeboats can take it all, but then we're in the ocean. The ocean's just keeps going.
Yeah. So, the helicopters will find us. They can lift us out of the water.
How did you pass?
Is that substance still like spewing out of the pipes or whatever it was coming out of?
If you go back, you want to go back and look?
Yeah, I think I need to assess the situation.
When the drill stopped, did it seem to impede the flow, or did it not at all?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go see.
I'm gonna run up to the top.
Okay.
And tell everybody we need to evacuate now.
Yeah, I mean there's
a chemical leak.
There, you see Yusuf there?
Yeah.
She goes, a sea evacuation?
We need to do a sea evacuation. There is a caustic chemical leak that is spreading on the decks. We need to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
We've already alerted the authorities.
Okay. All right. Clarence, give me a spot hidden, and Philip, give me a sleight of hand or a stealth, your choice.
Okay, I'll use stealth.
And I have a regular only. Oh no, I'm sorry. My spot hidden is inferior. I didn't see a thing.
I'm gonna spend a good amount of luck to pass.
All right, I like it.
You rat bastard, you.
Sorry, Clarence, but only one of us is getting off this place.
I wasn't planning to take the lifeboat anyway, but
Okay.
All right. So, Philip, how do you, where do you touch him with your jelly-filled hands?
I'm gonna go. Clarence, come with me. We should try to get to the lifeboats, and I'll grab his hand.
The helicopter is coming over here, though. I don't want to go down all those
Yeah. And give me a sanity roll, Clarence, because now you see this thing crawling up your hand.
Also unsuccessful.
Oh,
Clarence wasn't that sane to begin with.
No. 1d10.
Oh, well.
If I can get the MP, I can control Britain.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Oh, okay. Give me an intel roll.
Oh,
Come on, he can't be that smart.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I managed to pass an intelligence roll. 48.
All right. Yeah. You kind of, as it's going up, you feel it like actually entering into your bloodstream. You kind of see like track marks going up your arm as you feel it kind of getting into your head, and you're like, now you realize, oh, hey, this creature's right, and it's the superior species, and if I can make it to the mainland, I have unlimited food source with all these people.
Clarence, we should make sure to get to the helicopters.
Oh, Swan's suggesting that people go to the lifeboats, so that might be the larger grouping. And do you anticipate that the nuclear system is secure?
Oh, it'll be fine.
Well, then all we have to do is stick together and remain polite. Women and children. Oh, there won't be any women and children. Well, a couple. Well then, I've been a man of the people. I can organize when necessary. Let's organize some escape squads. I think perhaps we'll suggest that we have the best opportunity of some of us wait in the helicopter pad and others of us in an orderly fashion make our way to the lifeboats. What do you say?
Of course. We'll all be one flesh soon.
In fact, if we split up, then either vector will be successful. Do you like the high ground or the low?
I'll go to the lifeboats. You stay up here with the helicopters.
Very good.
All right. I believe, Douglas, you were telling Miss Yusuf that to start getting people headed down?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to single file or double file, whatever, down the stairs to the lowest level.
Are we given survival? Are there survival suits? Those suits for cold water?
Like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. We call them poopy suits, we call. But yes, there are. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that would be part of the first thing to start putting on, right?
Well, the lifeboats are probably
they are covered. Yeah, they're covered and stuff. Though you won't be exposed to the elements, but if the lifeboat sank, your poopy suit would keep you dry.
Right. Well, I'm gonna grab one of those.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Putting that on. We should have been briefed on how to wear these.
Yeah. Give me intelligence, and you'll need a hard because poopy suits are a pain in the
37. No, that's got to be a hard. He's got an intelligence of 80. So
okay, yeah. You realize that legs in, right arm, then the head, then the left arm. If you put your arms in first, you'll never get an on properly. So okay, where are you at, Victoria?
I went up to see if it's still leaking that purple fluid
Oh yeah.
Wherever
So
that leak was.
when you come down, you see Dr. Royot almost sitting crisscross. He's got his with his legs crossed, sitting on the ground, looking at the drill, and he keeps going. The greater mind, the greater mind.
I don't even. I'm not even acknowledging that. Is it still leaking? That just run past
It
him.
is not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With that, then I'll probably try to rejoin the group. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't leaking anymore.
Okay.
So
All right. So, and Philip, you were going down to the. Philip, you were going down to the lifeboat area.
That's correct.
All right. Okay. Who you want to approach one of the NPCs in the or one of
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Who looks like they're the sort of highest ranking officer here?
Probably down here is Goldman is the highest ranking person here, whether or not he's competent, but he is the person that is technically in charge.
Well, he's definitely not continent.
Yeah.
But I guess since he's in a weak state, I'll go up behind him and try the old joy buzzer with the slime trick.
Hey, all right.
Goldman, it's all right. You'll be okay. We're all going to get out of this.
You can do that without even a roll. I mean, he's looking for some assurance, and any assurance gets in there. John and Victoria, give me a spot hidden on that. See if we can get a little bit of conflict here at the
All are one, Goldman.
20 is definitely a
18's
something.
a pass too.
Hard success.
Okay. You kind of look over and you see Philip do this, and you definitely see Goldman's hands start turning purple.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm looking at John.
Yeah, I'm looking at Victoria.
I think we have a moment.
Yeah, it's like a moment. Maybe
I think I'm grabbing John and running. We're running away from this.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then
is there anyone by us as we're
Oh yeah, you got lots of the workers.
Oh, should we pull them up with us? They haven't been I don't know who's been exposed.
We're still coming down.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit this traffic.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna hit the traffic. We're going up. It's gonna be a crush.
Do we see anyone that we've talked to in that?
Yeah, like Yusuf or
Yusuf's up with Terry.
Okay,
but we'll say
McDougal,
that Finbar, drop
Finbar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe pull Finbar to the side as we're crossing paths and say, "Come with us."
Okay, yeah,
and maybe grab a few of these other men.
Yeah, grab some of your men. We've got work that needs to be done. Let's go.
Not taking the boat? Okay, yeah.
No. We'll take the helicopter.
Okay, yeah, come on. All right, up at the top, Clarence. What are you doing?
I suppose I'm going to attempt to use one of these large, chunky, primitive telephones to impress upon the staff that there are not only a number of people to be evacuated, but some of us are of import.
Oh, yeah. It'll take them a couple hours to get here, though, right?
Yep. It will take a couple hours. Yes, sir. MP Williams, we've gotten on the way. They've been launched.
How large of one of those fellows at a time can land on the healer pad here?
Well, I've never been out there, but from what I understand, they can get two on the helipad at a time.
And what's the largest sort of transport you have available to evacuate us? The situation looks quite dire. It might even be something hush hush.
Well, if we need to, we could call in some Chinooks to send it out. We get a lot of people in there, but
Those sound excellent. And we're also sending evacuees on the sea just to maximize the speed with which we can escape the ongoing uncertainty. If you call it.
Of course, yes, yeah. We'll call in the military. We'll get a Chinook launched.
Bravo! I'll see you get a commendation for this. Good work.
Thank you.
And I suppose after that, I'll look for some leadership type to see if I can spread the good word.
All right. You see Miss Yusuf there. She's kind of like she was next to Terry, and she's kind of going, we're going to go to the lifeboat. Come on, let's in an orderly fashion.
Miss Yusuf, I've spoken to the Aberdeen folk to get some, I guess, Chinooks, some military grade transporting things.
Oh, okay, yeah, large helicopters.
Oh, well, quite. Yes, I knew that. So, and we thought ideally, if we evacuate from the sea and the air simultaneously, it can be most efficient. And I need to have a private word with you, if you don't mind, about the good doctor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if you will just step up, and I'll just take your hand warmly between two of mine and tell you sincerely.
Terry, give me a spot hidden.
You hippie! Look away!
That time it's a 95.
You don't see anything as she is incorporated into the.
I'm helping the people get past.
That's right. Yeah, you mean, and then you notice that some people are coming back up, and you can kind of see because the people going down are stopping because people are coming up, and there's a traffic jam.
No. We've got to get to the lifeboats.
We need to talk to you, Terry, real quick.
Yeah, Terry, come with us.
What? All right.
Something of concern?
I'm going to. We've got Yusuf with us.
Yeah. Yusuf's right there with Clarence. Mm-hmm.
And
maybe bring
Drummond and a couple others. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe bring Yusuf with us.
Okay. Sounds good. Where would you like to go?
The first room that we can go into and close the door.
Okay, yep. Yusuf.
Do you think we're safer up here where it's cold and windy? Because the lad was useful before with the sprayer.
Well, we're not worried about that. We've got a situation. We just saw. What was our Swan?
We just saw Swan. He's been infected, and he's passing it on to the others.
Hey, all right.
Swan is infected.
Swan, he's been infected. Yes, and he's passing it on to the others.
I mean, Terry, you're right. This is infecting these people and controlling them.
Oh,
we need to know how to spot this and any other. I mean, it seems like the cold.
We need to get those fire extinguishers. That worked. That worked when Swan used it on that thing.
Oh, fire extinguishers. I know where some are. Come with me.
It's Terry acting intelligent. How is this possible?
These are questions.
We don't have time to hypothesize. We need to deal with this.
I will let you know. I got a hold of the mainland again, and we have military transport coming. I elevated the.
I'm afraid
urgency.
I'm afraid we may all have to stay here and quarantine.
Yeah, this place should be quarantined.
We may have to shut that down. Yeah, grab a sat phone. And I suspect that
I took all of the sat phones.
You have all the sat phones. Victoria may need to call the mainland and say we have this situation. And I suspect we all should be in these survival suits as well. This kind of limits your exposed skin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And this is Yusuf talking. She's like, I know where the survival suits are. I'll need someone to help me carry in, though. I mean, it's a lot.
I want to look in people's eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a me a spot hidden. Yeah. Sure.
I'm going to step out to like call on the sat phone. So I'm like,
That's a 19.
19. You do see that Clarence's eyes are got a purple shade to him. You thought he used to have a nice brown eyes, and yeah.
I say, Douglas, you're getting rather close and personal. Do you mind? Let me
No,
look
I'm
at your
just,
eyes.
no, stay back, please.
I think I'd like to.
What's wrong, Douglas?
I'm gonna go over to Anderson and say I'm pretty sure Clarence is infected.
I think I'm going to attempt to force myself upon you in that regard.
Oh,
Is there
Not again.
is there a chair or something? Or did Terry,
Oh,
you said you grabbed
behave,
some
Clarence.
fire extinguishers, didn't you?
was that?
I thought Douglas said Terry had grabbed some fire extinguishers.
No, I was busy
Well,
helping
okay.
people out, but
All right.
Miss Yusuf
Yeah,
said that she knew where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh,
Miss Yusuf did.
Yeah.
When Douglas gets like, creepy into my face and this blear,
Yeah.
and I try to, and
Okay.
I'm gonna
He's
try
he's
a
gonna make a brawl on you there, Terry. What would you like to do?
Avoid. I'm going to try to jump back and stay away from him.
Give me a dodge.
Oh, I got a 70.
Just a little. I
Welcome.
just put a peek.
Just a
little peek.
little.
Do a little flick.
Just a little. It only takes a drop.
Welcome to the fold, Terry.
Yeah, so you suddenly feel the burning, and as you do that, it starts getting on your hand, and it starts
God damn it.
proliferating very quickly on you. You
You
can give
know
me
what?
a sanity roll.
John,
there.
run.
Yeah, I'm grabbing Victoria, and we are
yeah,
out.
we are running.
I didn't appreciate your top earlier, Terry, but I think it's actually very fetching.
Oh yeah, the purple.
My favorite color now.
Yeah. All right. So before you get totally taken over there, Terry, you can give me a sanity roll.
31. That is a pass.
That's a pass. All right. You only lose one sanity before you feel it start working its way into your brain, and now
I'm trying to think, is there a way I could destroy the entire platform? But
yeah,
Jump
I don't
into
know
the
how.
ocean.
what's that?
Time.
jump in the ocean.
Run into the freezer.
Well, actually, it'd probably kill you if you jumped off the platform. That's a long way
Okay.
down to the water.
All right. So Victoria and John, you guys took off.
Yeah.
This Yusuf's coming with you. She's like, where are we going? Where are we going?
Oh, I
We
didn't
need to make a
you know.
call. Yeah, we need to tell them, do not send. This is a quarantine zone. We need to find a place to just hole up for a minute or something. And you're right, John. Miss Yusuf, please make yourself useful. Go get those suits you were talking about.
Okay, yeah,
exactly. Grab Terry and have him help you.
grab Terry. No, I don't. Terry's back there with the MP. One of you.
No, just get away.
You guys can give me a psychology roll.
All right.
Oh, I got
Not my strongest skill. Let's
yeah,
see how
not
that goes. Base. 36 now.
48 now.
All right, so because whereas she was very helpful before, now she's being a little bit more obstinate and everything. And
But we saw Clarence or Williams touch Douglas, right?
yeah,
I think that's a lost cause, Anderson. Miss Yusuf, please go find us some suits.
okay, all right. Gooman, also known as Philip Swan. What are you doing downstairs? Are you just kind of like?
I think it's time to restart the drill.
Excellent.
I think that the drilling needs to come back online because there's some important work being done here. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the nuclear reactor and obviously reactivate it.
Yep. All right. So you start hearing, you guys upstairs, you start hearing the reactor, the sounds of, hey, machinery starting to come back on.
Damn it.
All
Let's
right,
go to
can we get into if she's following us, I'm just gonna stop her and push her back. I've got my gloves on. I got the suit on.
Oh, that's right. You do have the gloves.
Get away.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she is how far away are you, Victoria?
I would say like probably right next to John.
I mean,
I don't know if he's like doing this, then I'm behind him a little.
Yeah. She's going to try and push you down, John. So her dex is slower than yours. So when you see her kind of change to aggressive, you can react before her.
Is there happen to be a room open or door open that we could
give me a luck roll?
We could push Victoria into it and we could just slam the door.
Yeah, give me a luck roll.
I really don't want to brawl with this. Oh, that's pass.
Okay, yeah. You see there's a door. You're on the second floor. You see a door and the nameplate on it says Dr. Kent.
Yeah, if I can open the door and push Victoria in and just slam it.
Okay, yep. That's going to be a brawl to kind of do that, get the door and everything. She doesn't have great either.
No. Oh, I can't believe it. I have a 19.
Nice. Okay. I rolled a 90, so yeah, you definitely so you kind of hit the door, you open it up, she kind of falls in there, and for a brief second when the door's open, you see this woman sitting at the desk, her throat's been slit, and you ascertain that's why maybe Dr. Kent never filed her report to shut down the nuclear reactor.
Called a hunch.
The door slam shut.
Can I lock it? Is there a lock on it or?
No, because they swing into the
probably
office.
Not from the outside. Yeah.
But
we just start running at least.
It did buy you time.
Like a minute.
Okay. Let's just go.
All right. Okay. So the drill starts going. You guys going to make a call to cancel the stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell them this is like an emergency situation.
We won't belabor this. So so Philip's on. You see more of this goo coming up through the drill as it starts filling things in. More people kind of fall to it, and eventually, Victoria and John, you're either going to have to jump off, or more is you got 50 people trying to infect you.
Right.
Yeah,
we know how that's going to end.
So,
but did we at least prevent the evacuation? Did they?
You did prevent the evacuation, but eventually someone will come out.
Someone is going to come.
So
you find a way to blow up the whole rig.
I was about to say, if we could figure out a way to blow the whole thing up to Kingdom Come, may as well.
Yeah.
But how?
You'd have
got to the nuclear scientist first.
Yeah. He was like, oh, he's the guy that went by himself. That's too bad. All right. So eventually, as this new gas is not the answer, the world continues to warm, which is what this slime likes, especially as it made it to the land and spread out like a virus that proliferated quickly, and the human race is extinguished as a new hive mind takes over the world that does not need energy. But they do appreciate that you warmed it up.
Yeah. Can we play the Delta Green scenario now?
Oh yeah, there you go. All right.
Welcome to the new world.
That's right.
Cool. So what was it?
It was like what Sandy wrote in there. He's like, and you drill down and there's like formless spawns in there, and it's like the parts of them coming up and everything that is taking over, and their goal is to take over humanity, because you've tapped into where they had been trapped underneath the crust, and
we've had formless spawns before.
Yeah.
Was the doctor? Did he get dreams that sent him to do this?
Yeah, it's the toad guy, Sawaga.
Tsathoggua.
You know, awesome. Yep, he had been sending dreams to come do this and all. Yep. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Right.
Wow.
Nice to be on the winning team once in a while.
That's right.
Exactly, Clarence. It was too easy. It was too easy to just get next to Clarence and give him.
I was slightly annoyed because I had a decent psychology, and of course, metagame wise, I knew that you were lying, but I had no reason to doubt you at that moment.
Right.
Just went in for the splash.
And
exactly.
It slides across the floor.
Is it possible to have like a more positive outcome to this, or is it kind of
most of these scenarios? There's not really a way to have it. You can blow the place up by setting off a chain reaction.
Yeah,
just ram all the rods back in all at once really quickly.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking about doing before I got mind control.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if we would have known how to do that. Maybe the engineer
probably not. Maybe
had a chance to know.
I would have given you a roll for it. Yeah.
So. Even then, it might not have blown up. It might have just had a meltdown. And
well, the coolant's leaking right somewhere. We could have hit the pipe with the coolant in it and busted it.
Yeah,
with an axe or something. And
although I don't know if the thing would have suffered that much from being on the open sea. It might have flotsomed its way onto the shore.
Well, once it's up, it wasn't going to be contained right here. It was just going to start moving.
Yeah, the North Sea would definitely make it very lethargic because it's so cold. But
our players included Max Meltzer, Holly Buteau, David Gasaway, Thomas Grooms, and myself, with Keith Craig as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account, or there's a link in the description, or if you prefer, you can hit the super thanks button just below the video. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft, the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.